Yes, people are still playing online, and yes, it is still amazing. After spending some time with the online multiplayer in Killzone Mercenary, I'd have to say I like it a lot better than the multiplayer in Call of Duty Declassified. Before I get into the actual video, just let me say that I am no expert at these type of games. I'm just showing you guys whether the online multiplayer is still active or not, and to basically give you my insight on the state of the game. For all you veteran first-person shooters, you can rest assured that you are undefeated in these type of games. No one here, including myself, is going to take that away from you. So go easy on the insults. We know you're the greatest. I'm only human. I can't be good at every single game I cover. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into this. So the first thing I noticed about the online multiplayer is that it feels a lot more, I want to say, precise. The matches are not as mindless as in Call of Duty Declassified, although that can be fun to a certain degree. Killzone Mercenary offers something a little more, like you really have to work for your kills this time around. But because the kills are harder to pull off, they feel a lot more rewarding. Does that make sense? Like the kills I got in Declassified felt like pure luck, whereas the ones in Mercenary required a bit of skill and planning. Again, just let me clarify, that does not mean I'm any good at this game. Please, don't blow me up in the comments and tell me to work on my aiming. Online connections were also a lot more stable than Call of Duty Declassified. It's amazing to see a game look this good and yet still retain a solid frame rate. The matches ran so smoothly, I thought I was playing the single player campaign. Rarely did I ever get disconnected from a match. You know, when I think about it, I don't think I ever got disconnected from a match. There is, however, that dreaded network error code that appears once in a while. I usually just exit out and restart the game. And this might seem a little superficial, but I really like the music that plays in the background when you're searching for a game. It's so menacing. Now, as much as I like the online multiplayer, there are a few drawbacks. First being that since it's 2019, there aren't as many people playing as before. Compared to Call of Duty Declassified, where I could pretty much find a game to play at any hour of the day, Killzone Mercenary feels a little more limited. I mean, there are people still playing, don't get me wrong. You're just more likely to find a match during certain hours. From what I've gathered, the best time to play is anywhere between 5 and 11 p.m. on weekdays. Certain days you can get lucky and even find people at midnight. The weekends are a little more forgiving, as those hours will be extended even further. The community is nowhere near dead, but I wouldn't say it's as lively as it is in Call of Duty Declassified. Also, only certain gameplay modes are available during the busy hours. For example, Mercenary Warfare is more likely to have people between 5 and 7 p.m., whereas Guerrilla Warfare has people all throughout the night. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any matches for Warzone. I guess nobody really cares about that one. The other drawback is more of a personal opinion. If you're late to Killzone Mercenary, or if you're new to first-person shooters, then get ready to die a lot. The few that are left playing are very good. These guys do not mess around. More often than not, you're probably gonna end up against the same team quite a few times. With the limited amount of players online, some matches can be a little uneven, both in team count and skill level, which can be frustrating for those jumping online for the first time. My advice is to just play the single player campaign and get a feel for the controls. Also, with the money gained from completing the campaign, you can use to buy new weapons, which I highly recommend you do if you want to survive the online multiplayer. You might also want to increase the sensitivity of your controls as well. I found the default settings were just a tad too sluggish for what I needed. And while we're here, I would like to apologize for giving people the advice of camping in my Call of Duty video. Don't do it. It's annoying as hell. I couldn't count the amount of times I went up against the same team of 3 who did nothing but that. It's something that's unavoidable in these type of games. I mean, you're gonna run into people who do it. My advice for that one is to just get good. But in all honesty, I don't see anything wrong in giving them a taste of their own medicine sometimes. So, just to clarify, are people still playing Killzone Mercenary online in 2019? Yes. People are still playing Killzone Mercenary online in 2019. I spent about a week with the online multiplayer, and I'd have to say, I had a lot of fun. I can guarantee servers are indeed still up and very stable. Give it a try if you missed the game the first time around, or if you're tired of playing Call of Duty. And even if you don't care for the online multiplayer, buy the game simply for the excellent single-player campaign. Trust me, it's light years ahead of the one in Call of Duty Declassified. Alright guys, you know the drill. Give me a thumbs up, leave your comments, questions, insults below, Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. Later. Man, I really hope this video made it past the 10-minute mark this time.
Enemy vulture incoming.